So I got another Magnus Answers for y'all, body, and it's subtitled Differences. Sorry, subject line, Differences. It says, hey Tyrone, I was wondering if you could answer a question for me. I'm very sure you and Sarah don't always agree on everything and have argued at least once in the past. You ain't kidding. My question is, how have you two learned to accept each other's differences? And how do you deal with the situations in which you two heavily disagree on something? These are the kinds of things that keep relationships healthy, understanding one another. I'd like to hear more about this from your own perspective based off your own experiences. Thanks. P.S. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Well, I'll tell you this. Me and Sarah have gone through a lot in our relationship. And if you look at most relationships, you see that people argue. And what you'll notice is that people, and here's the key, people are not usually right or wrong. What there usually is a difference in perspective. So I would tell you that the key to getting past a lot of these differences, these misunderstandings, are understanding where the other person is coming from, understanding their side, understanding their experience in life. Because that is how me and her made it. The first book that helped us was Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. I started to really realize that it makes me wonder if there's a guy, why did he make us so different? You know, and I get that we complement each other, but it's like, wow, you know, certain things that women say, men see as this. Certain things that men say, women see as this. And it's like, you're killing me here. Can we just both mean the same thing? If a guy says fine and a girl says fine, that's two different things. That's two different things. You know what I'm saying? So that was it. I mean, it's very simple. This is just basically a short video. Understanding where each other is coming from. What we started to do is not to impulsively act. So what happens is she would say something and I'm like, well, fuck you mean by that? This and that and that, you know, or I'll say something and she'll blow up and fuck you and this. I'm like, yo, I didn't even mean that. This is what I meant. So we learned to say, well, what do you mean by that? Oh, okay. You know, we would nonchalantly, comfortably ask, you know, what something meant. And I think just over the years of getting to know each other, we learned how, you know, we just, you know, it eventually, you know, I can't think of the right word right now. You just eventually get each other and you know. And we're at the point where she knows what makes me mad, I know what makes her mad, but we haven't had a fight in a long time. Like, we have not had a fight in a very, very long time. So, getting past each other's differences, if you're any couple out there, don't fight, talk it out. Sit there and specifically say, well, what do you mean? How do you feel when this was said? What, you know, how do you feel when this happens? I know it sounds, some of y'all be like, oh, that's that punk shit. No, really, like if, you know, if a girl asks you, how do you feel when, you know, I said this, you're like, yo, it irritated me, you know what I mean? You know, guys won't say, well, it hurt my feelings. You know, you might say it made me mad because it sounded like you were saying this. No, I mean that. You know, that's what it is. That is what it is. It's simple, you know? And I'm going to start subscribing to this theory, and I figure if everyone subscribed to this theory, that we would have a lot more marriages that stuck together. I think I mentioned this before in another video. A couple that had been married 50 or so years was asked, what's your secret? And it said, well, it's simple. We came from a time when you fixed something, you didn't just throw it away. You got what I'm saying? Just because you have a small disagreement, well, let's fix it. Let's talk about it. Let's figure this out. How can we both come to an agreement on something. Got what I'm saying?